Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to Saga of the Titans. I'm joined here by the other Titans, who are Bussie
Hello.
and Izual.
Hello.
Now, do you want to tell us who you are going to play as?
I'm going to play as Denmark.
And I'm playing as Sweden.
I guess that leaves Norway for me. So what are we doing in this game then? Well, I've kind of kept it a bit of a secret. No real reason, I'm just kind of like tantalizing you guys with those types of things. But as you all notice, we are all playing in Scandinavia. This is actually going to be a cooperative game. This is not going to be a competitive one. Part of the reason for that is I wanted to see how the game flows when we're actually able to talk about our strategies rather than trying to keep everything under wraps, which was especially difficult for me, being like the host and not being able to talk to them and always being picked on. But 3 human players against the AI would be a little bit too easy, so I have made a bit of a mod, and this is the difference. We are Norse. So we've brought back Norse paganism into the world. I've modified the game so that all 3 of us are Norse, and also all of our provinces are Norse, with the exception of Holstein here, which belongs to Denmark's vassal. The vassal themselves are Norse. They should eventually be able to convert Holstein, but Holstein is Germanic rather than Danish, so I just thought that was a better way of doing it. Also, we have dissolved the Kalmar Union, so Denmark has no sway over us.
Hooray!
Woohoo! And yeah, so the objective for this game is a very simple one. Make the world Norse.
Yeah.
Everyone must be a Viking. So
It's
yeah,
a bit of a Viking conquest.
it is exactly a Viking conquest. It's also a march of the Vikings charging over the country, and any other Viking thing I've done. It's also going to be Vinland because I am basically going to be going to America, so I'm going to take the Americas. That will be my sphere of influence, essentially. What are your guys' plans?
First of all, I think I'll integrate Holstein. Maybe going after Pomerania or Tonicorda.
You might want to wait on integrating Holstein until they've converted Holstein.
The question is if they would do that.
True.
And
You may also want to keep them because it could be quite a powerful march.
I don't really like marches.
Yeah, and they would still trade from you. I mean, the benefit of having Holland as a march was they weren't stealing my trade, they were stealing Bussie's.
And I think I'm eventually going to the English Channel. I'll try at least in the very beginnings. So I'll take Friesland and then go to Holland. Or
Okay.
maybe Flanders.
And I'm going through Novgorod, through Muscovy, Lithuania, and the Ottomans, and aiming for the Middle East and, well, Eastern Europe, hopefully.
I'm just going to sail away. Screw you guys, it's cold up here. I'll probably eventually end up going for Scotland and England as well, just so I can get the juicy naval provinces. And I'm going basically 100% navy. I'm going to have basically no armies at all. In fact, I've already deleted my cogs, so don't expect me to do anything overseas right now.
Yeah, and my focus will probably be entirely on the army rather than the navy.
And I'll have a bit of both.
Although I do notice we're going to be competing for trade, because I'm going to want to stop everything in the Baltic Sea, and you're going to try and drag it through to Lubeck.
And eventually to through Lubeck to the English Channel. But then again, if we have money problems, we're allied, right?
But
We're
yeah,
going
and
to be
I'm
allied,
basically
so-
planning to be the Bank of Scandinavia. I'm going to have a huge navy, which means I'm going to have loads and loads of light ships just pulling the money across, then you can just take your cut. I'm
Yeah.
not going to be competing aggressively against you, because we can always just loan money to each other when we need to.
Exactly.
Yes, Sweden, I think I will like an alliance with you. Now, this is the difficult choice. What deity do I want? I don't think I want the legitimacy and co-creation. Tax modifier?
This is new.
Oh, it's because we're Norse. We
Yeah,
get
I've
the
never played
cults.
Norse before.
It's actually a really good religion, because we get 10% more land and navy force limits, and we
Yeah.
get the deities. And actually, if you're playing as a republic, you get a deity for every the ruler's lifetime. And if you're a republic, you get a new deity every like 4 or 5 years. So you can be like really agile in how you respond to stuff. But I'm
Yeah, you
staying
can
monarchy.
adapt, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm thinking Snotra looks quite good, or Tyr.
Tyr is going to be excellent for you in particular, especially if you're going to be fighting early on. Snotra's okay. Tech cost will matter less because of the institutions, and I'll explain that in a minute. Build cost, I think it's a bit too early for build cost.
Yeah. Perhaps for you though, Bussie, Njord, trade efficiency, that could be good.
Oh yeah, that's a really good one.
And in fact, goods produced for all of us. I mean, Sweden, you have furs and iron. Denmark, actually Denmark probably less so. And then I also have fur. How much fur do I have? No, I don't. I'm almost entirely fish, in which case goods produced is nothing. But Sweden, you definitely want goods produced. That's going to make you so much money.
Yeah, although I was thinking Freya is a good choice as well.
Especially, well, maybe the minus 10% core creation cost, Odin. Since you'll probably have a war next month.
That's true. I think I'm going to go Njord.
Task number 1, claims on Novgorod.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right, so I have a royal marriage with Denmark, I need one with Norway.
Yeah, I haven't done anything with my diplomat, so I can send you one. If I remember where they are. Relations. No, that's improving relation.
And
Dynastic, that's the one.
who are your rivals?
Oh yeah, rivals. My enemies are Lithuania, Livonian Order, and Bohemia. Livonian Order is actually a good choice. I could get some land there.
Denmark very often does.
Yeah.
If you do that, I'll make Livonian my rival as well, because they are also my enemy.
I
My other one is
can't.
Lithuania.
Yeah, me too. Lithuania. But
Mine are-
that will be a personal union, probably.
Mine are a little bit smaller. Mine are Novgorod, which I think I'll do if you're going to go and beat up on them. I'll join
They're
the war.
already my enemy and my rival.
Yeah. They were my rival too. My others are Scotland, Sweden, and the Teutons.
Teutons are a bit strong for us right now, I think.
Poland will
beginning.
probably go after them fairly soon.
Yeah.
I think you could go after Scotland as soon as France get embroiled in that war with England.
Yeah, I was thinking Scotland.
I would like Danzig. So if the Teutonic Order is fighting Poland, I might want to pounce.
Well,
I might.
For me, it's the Teutons or Sweden, so I'm not going to choose Sweden.
Well, if you think the Teutonic Order is a good shout, I can make them my third enemy.
Sure, why not?
Then we are a bit stronger against them.
Naval race versus Teutonic Order. Yeah, I think I'll take that. Though I'm not planning to build any ships for at least 1 or 2 generations of lights. Like I said, I'm going to be extremely quiet and extremely rubbish in the early game.
My first mission actually is to control Estonia, so it's one of 2 that I can take, Prestige or control Estonia, so I might do that.
I've mothballed all of my ships, I've deleted all of my transports, and I have 0 maintenance, and I'm still losing money.
Ouch.
Forts, that's the other thing I have. I can get rid of those.
My first mission could be Danish trade, but that would mean I would take Neva. And that's Novgorod, and you'll probably want that. Doesn't really matter who takes it, but...
Yeah, I'll probably be aiming for Novgorod, but I've got an opportunity to get claims on the Livonian Order quite quickly. So if you've got a mission to take half of that, I'll have the other half.
Where's my other fort? I have
Okay.
2 apparently.
I've got a claim on Neva now. And on the Teutonic Order, on Danzig, and on Lübeck.
That was quick.
Actually, if you guys are going to be fighting people, I probably shouldn't mothball my heavies. My heavies in the early game are like mega strong, so no one else has them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll need something to counter the Novgorod fleet.
Well, you both have galleys, don't you?
I have 6 of them, yes.
I've got 8.
I have none.
We'll be fine.
Combined, our fleet could be quite strong.
Yeah.
Particularly in the
Individually,
Baltic.
We're rubbish.
Where is my second fort?
Need advisors.
You have a capital fort, and then you have one in Iceland, maybe?
Maybe it just hasn't reset, because I did just delete one in Trondelag, because I can't pay for it. I'm going to mothball that one. Oh yeah, it's just gone down to 1 when I mothballed it. So it hadn't taken it into account. And I'm making money! Yes!
Well done.
And that's with my heavies active.
So I still haven't picked a deity.
I went
I
with
did.
Freya. No, I didn't. I went with Nord.
Me too.
Right, the other thing that I should explain for you guys, because before we started you were saying that you don't know many of the big changes. Well, the really, really big one is institutions, and that is the new technology. So if you go onto the Tech tab, you will see Institution Tech Penalty 0% in the top left.
Yep.
Beside that is an open book called Show Institutions. We are currently all feudal. Basically, the entire of the Western world is feudal. Then the next one along is the little tabs that you can press, is the Renaissance. The Renaissance typically starts in Italy somewhere and will not appear before 1450. Once the Renaissance has started somewhere, tech penalties will start to grow, and they'll grow from 0 to -50. So 50 years after the establishment of the Renaissance, then you will be at a -50 tech penalty. However, Renaissance spreads either organically or you can force it to spread. It spreads organically to adjacent provinces to somewhere that is already Renaissance, or I think if you have a province with more than 20 development, it will spread there as well. I think that one's only for the Renaissance. There are other things for the other ones. So for example, with manufactories, if you have a manufactory in a province, then it will spread there automatically. Then once a certain percentage of your entire country has embraced an institution, the institution spread on a province by province basis, then you can spend money and embrace it as a country, and then that's when you lose the tech penalty associated to that institution. And you also gain bonuses. So for the Renaissance, you get 5% build cost reduction and 5% cheaper development. Now the little line that's next to, well, you have the embrace button, and to the left of that is a golden bar type thing. That will show you how much of an institution you've embraced. Once it goes over that little gold bar, that's when you can actually embrace it, but it'll be extremely expensive. The more of your country has embraced it, the less gold it will cost to embrace. So it's kind of a juggling act. Do you want to spend money or do you want to spend monarch points?
Wow, sounds like fun.
It's a really big change, and it's going to be good because it's a lot more dynamic about where institutions can come. So for example, if Ming Empire were the first ones to get a colony, for example, then they're the most likely to get colonialism institution, in which case tech will actually spread from east and then go west rather than west to east. And in fact, in the developer game, it was the Ottomans who got colonialism because they started colonizing before anyone else. And England had blocked Portugal and Castile, basically saying, I will declare war on you if you colonize, and did that and destroyed their colonies.
Interesting.
Nice. And I see there's a change to accepted cultures as well. That looks good.
Yes, you can now select what cultures you actually want to accept. There has to be a certain threshold, 4%, I believe. No.
So,
also the amount
20%.
of cultures, right?
Also the what, sorry?
The amount of cultures. Promoted cultures. It's at the bottom.
Yes, you can have up to 2 promoted cultures, and that increases with your government type and ideas, which means some of the ideas will have changed too.
Yes, I was just looking through my ideas, see what they're like. I get a nice reduction on mercenary maintenance right out from the gate and infantry combat ability, so I'm looking forward to going to war.
Yeah, your infantry combat ability as Sweden is very similar to that of Prussia. In fact, some people prefer Sweden because they get more infantry combat but less discipline. And I personally actually rate infantry combat more, so Sweden might actually be better, except for the Prussian government.
Yeah, and the humanist idea about culture is now to increase your promoted cultures by 2 instead of cultural conversion percent, which is nice.
Yeah, we may not want to go humanist in this one. Remember, the end goal is to convert the world.
Yes, I know. So I was thinking more religious.
Yeah. I'm probably going to start with economic, because I'm going to need to build up my development significantly in order for my colonies not to revolt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I usually start with military because I end up with more points there than anything else, so quantity or quality.
Yeah. There are more things to spend military points on now. I forget what they are, though.
You can strengthen your government. 100 military power to increase legitimacy by 10.
Ah, yeah.
Right, yes. And you can actually do that for a Republican tradition as a republic now, which is huge.
That makes republics a lot stronger.
Not really, because it's freaking expensive. It only goes up by like 1%.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah, it's very small, but it does let you change it yourself now. I'm sure there's something else. You can force rulers to abdicate once they're over a certain age. So if you have a 000 who's like 40, you can force them to abdicate. I forget exactly what number. And if you have a king who dies and the king was married, then the queen becomes the ruler rather than a regency council.
Yes, so I've got King Gustav I. He is a 155. He's 19, so he's not abdicating anytime soon. But his queen consort is actually Norwegian, I think.
Yay. Oh, that's really annoying. In my test game, I had a 662. Now I'm a 432.
In my test game, Sweden had a 446.
Nice. So I think Sweden's done the best
out. Should we restart and just keep re-rolling until we get what we want?
No.
Shall we start?
Yeah, I think we should start.
Okay.
Let me just find my deity, because I still haven't done that yet. I'm going with Freya.
Fair enough.
Manpower and tax.
So, with your inevitable war against Novgorod, will you be requiring the Norwegian army?
What Norwegian army?
I do have 9,000 men.
I was thinking more I would go for the Livonian Order first, depending on who they ally with, which is the Teutonic Order.
Don't forget that Muscovy likes to squish Novgorod super early. You might want to get there before Muscovy does.
Yep, true.
Oh, great.
We
First
also
event
have
out
a
the
real
gate.
opportunity to give Teutonic Order to Denmark and Livonia to me.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
And if you want to give me any coastline, feel free.
Scotland, right?
Yeah, I was also actually thinking of northern Novgorod. Kolar, Kelm, Soroka, and Kolmogoroi.
Oh yeah, you can have the icy bits.
Yeah, I just want the icy bits. So I can control the trade there, and also I get more naval capacity.
I mean, you can have the White Sea area, and I'll take Novgorod.
Fine.
If that works.
Yeah, that's fine. And you guys can control the Baltic stuff. I'm not bothered about that. I'm going to face Atlantic anyway.
So, do we want to go for Novgorod first, or do we want to go for the Livonian Order first?
Maybe Livonian order with Teutonic Order, because Poland will be smashing them quite soon, I think.
Oh, the Danes are losing.
Holy... what?
The rebels did their teleportation thing.
Yeah, I know. That's why I planted my army there, but the rebels are really strong.
Yes, they are.
3.2 morale against my 2.5. Wow. Did not expect that.
Oh, there's one other thing as well. Some ideas reduce corruption, and you now have a debased currency option, which is in where the loan stuff is, which basically gives you money for 2% corruption. So if you have high corruption reduction, you can basically spend that for money. If you're at 0 anyway.
Sounds good.
Military access from Sweden. Oh, right then.
Oh yeah, good idea.
And royal marriages if we need them. What are all the good things to do?
Not sure. The other thing to look at is Great Powers. So Great Powers is the little blue flag to the right.
Yes, I found that. That looks good.
Denmark refused to grant us military access.
What, really?
Might have just timed out.
Sorry.
Probably. Damn it, Denmark. A soiree. I get a new heir, 451, but my guy's still really young. We get a new guy. Muscovy declared war on Novgorod.
Ah, so we have to bounce on Novgorod as well.
And Novgorod's got mercenaries from the Golden Horde.
Well, I can. I was going to say, can I actually do that? But I have the humiliate option. But that doesn't let me take provinces, does it?
No.
I can take Naval as in Conquest.
Novgorod's getting condottieri from Lithuania. They're getting a lot of troops.
Oh, maybe they win it.
Maybe, but if Sweden jumps on them, I'm going to jump in on the north as well. I'll basically just capture forts.
Well, Bussie, if you start the war, you can conquest for never and then give us everything else in the peace.
That's true.
Done.
Alright, first war, let's do this! Let's do this!
It didn't take long.
No. Right, Navy, where are you? Let's send you over to blockade. It'll take my fleet a little while to arrive. Heavies are a bit slow.
I'm getting my 2 trade fleet into port quickly.
Trade fleet of 2. I have 7. Yes! I could build some more, but I don't think I want to. I could raise war taxes. I'm going to raise war
Danish
taxes.
Navy's nice.
Yeah, the Danes actually start really strong.
Ooh.
And that will have to be the end of this episode, so... Thank you very much for watching. I do hope that you are enjoying this so far and that you're looking forward to it. If you have any tips or advice for any of us, then please do let us know in the comments. Or if you just want to say something about what we're doing, if you think it's a good idea, if you think it's a bad idea, if you're hyped up, whatever, do let us know as well. If you have not done so already, then please do consider subscribing as well. That is very much appreciated. That's a goodbye from... who's going to go first? Bussie.
Goodbye.
And Izual.
Goodbye.
And me. We'll catch you next time. Goodbye.